Chair, I yield back.
The gentleman yields back. The gentlewoman from the District of Columbia, Mrs. Norton, is recognized for 5 minutes.
It's interesting, Madam Chair, that the gentleman cites a small movement in California to secede from the state. The district is asking for the opposite, to join the union with full equality with the states. My questions are for Ms. Schwartz of the Congressional Research Service. I'd like to look at 3 issues that have been mentioned here, that H.R. 51 violates the district clause, the admissions clause, and the 23rd Amendment. That would be 3 violations. But the way to look at this issue is to look at the statute itself as the primary reference. To Ms. Schwartz, how many numbers are used in the district clause?
I'm sorry, your question is how many numbers are used in the district clause?
Yes.
There's a provision that the district may not exceed 10 miles square.
Well, that's the number that's important to focus on here. Remember, I'm looking at statutory construction. Is that number, 10 miles square, preceded by words not exceeding or not less than?
Not exceeding.
The district clause says Congress shall have the power to, quote, exercise exclusive jurisdiction in all cases whatsoever over the district. And the Supreme Court has held this phrase means Congress has plenary authority over the federal district. Ms. Schwartz, for the 9 lawyers watching this hearing, and I'm trying to settle on exactly what the statute says here, statutory construction. Ms. Schwartz, the text of watching this hearing, does the term primary mean, what does the test, plenary mean in this context? Supreme Court has held that the phrase means Congress has plenary. That's technical language. What does that mean?
Plenary means very close to absolute.
All right, the text of the district clause is clear. Congress has complete, and the witnesses testified, absolute authority over the district, and there is a maximum, not a minimum size of the federal district. The Congress has used its complete authority over the federal district to previously reduce the size of the federal district by 30%. Now, some argue that the state of Washington, D.C. would be too small. We've heard that argument here, and does not have diverse industries or enough amenities. Ms. Schwartz, does the text of the admissions clause describe any characteristics of the new states, such as geographical or population size, industries, amenities, or anything of the kind?
It does not.
I will read the relevant part of the admissions clause, and I'm quoting, "New states may be admitted by the Congress into this union." Now, it says nothing. Those are the words. It says nothing about characteristics of the new states. Let's turn to the assertion that the admissions clause requires Maryland to consent to the admission of the state of Washington, D.C. Ms. Schwartz, does Maryland, which gave the land that constitutes today's District of Columbia to the federal government, own that land today?
It does not.
Does Maryland have any jurisdiction over the District of Columbia today?
It does not.
Isn't it true that Ohio came from lands partially ceded by Connecticut to the federal government from the Northwest Territory? And did Connecticut have to consent to the admission of Ohio?
I have not looked at the specifics of where Ohio originated, but I do know that there were states that came from the Northwest Territory, and there was not a separate question about whether the states that had formerly ceded that territory would consent again when the new states were created.
Thank you. I will read the text of the admissions clause. No new state shall be formed or erected within the jurisdiction of any other state, et cetera. The district clause is not within the jurisdiction of Maryland, so Maryland's consent is not required to admit the state of Washington, D.C. And some argue that the 23rd Amendment, which gave the federal district electoral votes, precludes admission of the state of Washington, D.C. Mr. Smith said that. Does the text of the 23rd Amendment describe the geographical or population size of the federal district?
It does not expressly do so.
The text only refers to, and I'm quote, the district constituting the seat of government. It says nothing about the geographical or population size of the District of Columbia. Those of us who believe that H.R. 51 is constitution only need to do what I have just done. Read the words written into the Constitution. I thank you, Madam Chair.
May I
The
respond to that?
gentlelady yields back. The gentleman from Arizona, Mr.
May I
Gosar, is
respond to that?
recognized for 5 minutes. Pardon me?
Thank you, Madam Chair.